everyone, and welcome to Definite Hearing. If you're new, my name is Emily. I created Definite Hearing as a way to increase awareness for the deaf and hard of hearing, and I am really excited for today's video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about, am I deaf with a big D? Am I little d deaf? Or am I hard of hearing? Go ahead and give this video a like and a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. When someone asks me, are you deaf? I answer differently depending on who is asking and the context of the situation. Let me explain. For example, if I'm talking to someone who is hearing and they ask me, are you deaf? I will respond, assuming that they have very little interaction with the deaf and hard of hearing community. Yes, I am little d deaf. Why do I do this? Because it usually piques their curiosity and they say, what do you mean by little d deaf? So when they ask, what do you mean by little d deaf? This is when I explain the difference between deaf with a little d and deaf with a capital D. Most hearing people don't realize that deafness is a spectrum. Little d deaf is about the physical condition of having a hearing loss, whereas big D deaf refers to individuals and people who are a part of the deaf community. This is a cultural and linguistic group centered on the communication via sign language and similar shared experiences. Now, if I'm talking to someone who is familiar with hearing loss, for example, an audiologist, or the person is wearing hearing devices themselves, then I say, I am hard of hearing. This is because of their profession or their personal context. They are in that world and they understand that hard of hearing means that I have a loss of hearing, but I am not a part of the deaf community. Also, in the audiology world, deaf with a little d is defined as profoundly deaf with a hearing loss of 120 decibels or greater. So I like to reduce confusion for the person asking if they are familiar with deaf, little d deaf, in that context. This person is already familiar with the hard of hearing and deaf world, and therefore they would understand what I mean by hard of hearing. Whereas a hearing individual would be more confused by the term hard of hearing. So why do I change my answer based on who I'm talking to? It all comes down to communication. I want the person I'm talking to understand me as clearly as possible. And their experience with the deaf and hard of hearing community, or hard of hearing people or deaf people, depends on their ability to understand the way that I am answering. Hence the fact I change my answers based on who I'm talking to. My hearing loss is a part of me, and how I describe my hearing loss impacts the way that people perceive me. It also allows them to connect with me in a way that they better understand or comprehend. This is just one little way that I bridge the gap between the hearing and hard of hearing worlds. I also want to add and emphasize that it is important for me to mention to people that I am not a member of the deaf community. I grew up with hearing parents. My parents used cued speech to help me learn how to speak. I was fit with hearing devices, and so I do not have that rich cultural or linguistic background of communicating with sign. So for this reason, I would be doing that community a total disservice if I identified as deaf and didn't have that background. If I did identify as such, that would be incorrect by definition and just disrespectful in general. So I really try to stress that. So if someone asks me if I'm deaf, I always like to clarify, I am little d deaf. So what are your thoughts on my answers for people regarding my deafness? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you are a part of the hard of hearing or deaf community with a capital D, how do you respond to people when they ask you if you're deaf? I would love to hear in the comments below. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to making more great hearing loss related content for you. Thanks so much for watching. Stay strong, stay amazing, and have a great day.